Alright, here's the video review for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Legacy White TIGERZORD. I picked it up at Toys R Us the other day, and thankfully it had not been jacked up in price like Toys R Us likes to do with a lot of their stuff. So yeah, this has been out for a while, and I hadn't picked it up yet because I didn't need the TIGERZORD just by itself. I mean, it's a nice piece, but I didn't really need it by itself. And then at Comic-Con this past weekend, they announced the Legacy Thunder Megazord, and that's when I was like, all right, time to go to Toys R Us and get me a white TIGERZORD, because it's clearly going to be compatible with it. And if we're getting the Thunderzord, I'm not going to pass that up. Because I like the original Megazord, the Dino Megazord, from the first season of Power Rangers, but like I always thought TIGERZORD and the Die Ranger mech, the Thunder Megazord, were the cooler looking mechs. I love how the Red Dragon Zord turned into like a humanoid robot on his own, and then the others formed like a battle sled. Like I always thought that was neat. If they make a Tor the Shuttle Zord, I will die. Literally just pay attention. Like, you will not see me tweet for like ever again, because I will die. But anyway, here's White TIGERZORD, and he's nice. He's clearly got some die-cast in him. He's mostly here in the legs and such, but he's got a nice heft to him. Not a whole lot of posability here in Tiger mode. And he does have some hinges there at the elbows. His paws can move a little bit. Same with the back legs. His mouth can open and close, which is cool. But that's about it for Tiger mode. Real quick, he comes in the same type of Legacy packaging that the all the Legacy figures have come in. And also, like, I'd forgotten that they were doing this promo. But when I went to Toys R Us, I also got a little Judenchi. I guess it's technically a Dino Charger for the season of Dino Thunder, or Dino Charge is what they're calling it this season. There's a little catalog of some figures and stuff as well. But I got a free little Mighty Morphin version. It's just got the MM here, although it really just looks like they flipped a couple W's upside down. But it's smaller than the ones that came with the Kyoryuger mechs. It's smaller in size. It's got a little scanner code there. And one of the differences between the American batteries and the Japanese one, you can see it says Dino Megazord on the back. They share the same basic design. They've got the little tabs and everything in here. But they, instead of having just that one piece that flips back and forth like the Japanese ones did, there's actually 4 sides to this. So the first side, it's a little hard to tell because of all the sparkliness, but it has the 5 red, black, blue, pink, and yellow Rangers on it. Push it once, and you get the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo. Push it again, you get a little picture of the Dino Megazord all combined. And then push it again, and you get a picture of the combined weapon, like the individual Rangers' handheld weapons, the Mega Cannon. I can't remember what they called it. Yeah, so you actually got 4 sides. And on the American batteries for the actual Dino Charge mechs, instead of having just one side that was a depleted, glowy side, and then a fully charged, full color side to flip, there's 2 panels in between those 2 that have like a halfway glowy, half charged thing, so you can go from like depleted to half charged to full charged to half charged back to the depleted. Which is neat, I guess. I like that they managed to get 4 pictures in there versus the 2 on the originals. I don't know how I feel about the smaller size, but yeah, hey, for a freebie. I haven't been collecting the American Dino Charge toys since I have all the Bandai Japan ones from Kyoryuger, so I haven't felt the need to rebuy those, because the Japanese ones are much larger and a little bit, I don't want to say a little bit more fun, but like I like them better. And I have them all. I don't need to buy them all again. But that was a neat little bonus I got when I got it. Anyway, enough about that. On to the TIGERZORD. Now, one of the things I do like about this is that on the original toy, which I got rid of a few years ago, all of these little orbs, including inside the mouth, these were like hollow, and then the orbs were like some clear red plastic pieces that you had to put in there. And a lot of times when you see TIGERZORDs on eBay, like vintage ones, they'll be missing an orb or 2 or a little pieces. This comes with no figures. Everything in the box you're seeing right here. You get the sword/tail and the Zord himself, which is nice. I like that there's no little pieces to lose. So to turn him into his mech mode, you just pull out his tail. It's kind of a soft, like this is the harder white plastic, the handle here, but the gold bits themselves are kind of a soft, not rubbery, but a softer plastic. So we'll go ahead and pop those out. And then you take his legs here. I'll actually move these out, make sure these get moved out of the way. And you gotta pull them out to the side, down. You can see there's another die-cast piece in there. And lock them down here to form the lower legs. Like that. The tiger feet fold up, fold them up, fold the paw down, fold them to the bottom of the foot. And he can stand up. We'll come up here to the upper half here. And then this whole torso piece rotates down, bringing the tiger head front. You can go ahead and open up his mouth. I think it looks better that way in his combined mode, or his main robot mode. Flip his head up, bring his arms down, fold the paws up, and rotate this whole thing out to the side. So, and there he is in robot mode. Let's see if I can get him mostly in the frame there. His fingers open and close so you can put the sword in and close them around it. Oh, I got it on there backwards. Just like that. And you can hold it. And there he is. I mean, he's got some decent posability. His head does not turn. It's solid. He's got, you know, clicky ratcheting joints up here at the arm. He's got this bicep swivel. I don't know how often you use it, but you do have that there. He does have a wrist swivel. And his legs are pretty much fixed in place. He does have knee joints that only go about that far back. But they're knee joints. Hey, how about that? Does he have waist joints? No, he does not have waist joints, making that knee joint even weirder. So yeah, so there he is in his large humanoid mode. Now, because the Legacy Megazord obviously isn't out yet, they just announced it at SDCC this past weekend, and he's been out for a while. The packaging shows that he can combine with the Dino Megazord. He does have his full combiner torso mode. I can't imagine he's not going to be compatible with the Legacy ThunderZord coming out. So we'll go ahead and we'll take his sword out just for the time being. Actually, you know what? We can leave that in. We can leave that in. It's all good here. And here's where it gets a little... I guess my one minor issue with the figure, because like I said, he's good, he's hefty, he's a nice representation of the white TIGERZORD. I have no problems with him there. And just real quick, here's a quick comparison of him with the Legacy Dino Megazord. And you can see they're about the same height. The Dino Megazord with this head crest is slightly taller than the top of white TIGERZORD, but they're roughly equivalent in stature. So yeah, he can combine with, in this case, just the tiger, or just the saber-tooth tiger and the triceratops parts of this. And how that works is first you flip up this little back part of his head to form his face, and then you pull up the little crown part to show off his visor. So there's his combined mode head. The arms pull out like that, widen like that. Now, these do flip down, and there's Zord Builder universal connector points up here, which I'm assuming is where the Lion Zord pieces from the Thunder Megazord are going to plug in like they did on the original toy. You can leave those up if you want, if you're just combining with the other two, but it's there. Now, here's where the part that gets weird. In order to, you fold the legs up back into tiger mode, but in order to combine it, the universal pegs for the Zord Builder pegs are actually up here on this black piece at the knee, which means these the tiger leg pieces, you actually, and the instructions even show this, you have to pop out. So you have to pop out the rear tiger legs and set them off to the side. That's really my only minor complaint with this, is that now in order to combine them, you have to have these removable pieces. I feel like there could have been a way to engineer it so those didn't have to come out. You can flip them up against the leg. You know, if they're plugged in, you can kind of flip them up against them, flip the paw around up against the leg, but it doesn't look quite right. So go ahead and flip these up like this, and like this. And you can see there's now the universal pegs right here on the bottom. At which point we'll just pull off the saber-tooth tiger and triceratops from the Dino Megazord. This is, of course, where the unicorn and griffin would go on the Thunder Megazord. But you can combine those on there, and you can make him into a big giant robot that way. And it works, but I'm really jonesing for the Thunder Megazord now, because that's really where this is going to whole thing's going to come together, I think. So yeah, like I said, it's a good solid toy. I picked it up solely because the Thunder Megazord is coming. And now knowing that that is officially on the way, I wanted to go ahead and get this guy before he was gone in order to use it with that. As a standalone piece, unless you're just really into Tommy Oliver, or the White Tigerzord himself, I guess, because I think it's like $59 or $69. I think it's $69 at Toys R Us, and I feel like he's a little basic for what you get by himself. That's entirely a personal preference, up to you. You can choose to buy it or not. Like I said, I would not have bought him had they not announced the Thunder Megazord coming. If you plan on getting the Thunder Megazord, by all means, pick him up. But as a standalone, I feel like the Dinozord, or not the Dinozord, the Dragonzord was, and part of that's nostalgia, and part of it's because the Dragonzord looks really freaking cool. But I felt like the Dragonzord was a better standalone purchase on its own, even had I not already had the Legacy Megazord. But since I did, it was worth it. But yeah, it's a good solid figure. It's very well built. I haven't had any quality control issues. The die cast gives him a nice heft. I think it's a nicely designed figure. And like I said, I'm looking forward to combining it with the Thunder Megazord. So yeah, there is the White Tigerzord from Bandai America. And hope the Thunder Megazord comes out as soon as possible.